Oh, hello. There's nobody in there yet.
Yeah, that would have been a perfect intro.
A little pointer.
I would say, could you put a little subtle music in the back, or you think YouTube will
It'll copyright it and
demono? Demono.
it does it with my music sometimes. I'm like, no,
That's
I
fine.
own it.
Yeah, that's fine. Just wait for it to stir up a little bit.
Yeah, there's nobody in there.
Oh, there you go. Cracked it for you.
Yeah, it wasn't even a. Already had some comic relief and ain't nothing happened.
Yeah, right. Oh, there it goes. I was like, if I scroll long enough, it'll pop open. So we're cooking chicken, salt and rice and beef.
All right. Today, chicken and sausage, rice and gravy. You are cooking with metal today. Wow! Gonna start out the trinity, which is onion, not white onion, yellow onion, or a Vidalia onion. Some celery to make it a little bit sweet, a little contrast there, and a big old bell pepper. Gonna get that chopped up real nice first. While we drink, because you know what, I'm still on vacation, and I can drink it whatever time I want. Also because I'm an adult, and I'm not driving. Got 3 celery stalks. And if you remember from the last live we did with cooking my bell pepper and my onion, I don't really know how much it ends up making in the end, but I just kind of try to find a softball sized onion and bell pepper. Gonna put all my veggies off to the side for right now. Maybe add a little bit of pepper, some peppers in there in a few minutes. We'll see. I don't know. Anything goes here in my drunk kitchen. Bell pepper. Gonna chop the head off. And I don't waste any of this because as po folk, and I want this meal to last at least a couple days. So when I chop the head off, I'm gonna get all these little corners so I can chop those up and put those inside as well. To where I'm just left with the little top there. And here I'm gonna take out the placenta of the pepper. Vocab of the day, placenta of the pepper. That's what this is. I like to leave that white stuff in there, like the little bit of like really kind of soft tissue stuff that's in the middle. It has a lot of really good flavor. I'm just gonna take out this big bulk. Get rid of it. I don't know if you remember from last time, but I am in no way a trained professional. I taught myself how to cook. I don't even know if it's good, but I know people eat it. My knife is kind of dull. I might change my knife out here. Let me get a bigger knife. More power. Knife sharpener. If you don't know how to use one of these, stick it straight up. Lead it to the 45-degree angle in one direction. Start at the bottom and just make like a whooshing motion on each side. Do the other side. A couple little swipes, that's all it really should take. Getting my bell pepper. It doesn't matter what color bell pepper you use. I like to do like when I'm doing like a gravy or anything kind of like Cajun style, because I am from Louisiana, so this is legit. I like to use like green muted colors, but if I'm doing like a chili or something like that, I might use a red or a yellow. I don't know. I kind of just make it up as I go here in my drunk kitchen. What do you guys like to drink while you cook? Anything? Nothing? Are you people still at work and you're watching YouTube? Shame, shame. Shame, shame. My veggies are a little bigger than what other people like. I don't like to hide my veggies. I like to actually have them in there. I just like the big pieces. You can chop them as finely as you want. Does it change the flavor? I don't know. That was fancy ass shit I just did. Oh, we're doing our normal giveaway here, that if I chop my finger off while I'm on a live, everyone gets $3. So remember, it has to be a full amputation though.
Well, that was pretty close from what I just saw.
Yeah, it gets pretty close. It's going to get even closer here soon.
Get one or two more. The stakes go up.
Alright then. Onion. So about softball size, I don't know. Cut the end off. Both ends. You don't have to cut a whole bunch off of it. A lot of people like damn near cut it in half. It's unnecessary. Get this outer skin off to where Shrek would be proud. You're investigating all of the layers of the onion. Because Shrek is love and Shrek is life.
Get out of my swamp.
Get out of my swamp. Do a little bit of slicing. and dicing here. Gonna make some lateral cuts, then I'm gonna go across them all. I don't want to say mince the onion, but I'm gonna get it in some smaller parts than the bell pepper for sure. Some of the outer layers of that onion are kind of tough. For as long as I'm going to cook for, it really doesn't matter. It's going to soften up, so don't be afraid to leave that in there if you're planning on letting whatever you're cooking simmer for a while. It's going to soften up just like everything else. Still got all the onions. Or all the appendages, I'm sorry, I didn't say all the appendages. Dancing phalanges. More onion half here. Is everybody ready for Mardi Gras? I'm not. I hate Mardi Gras.
What?
I do. I like the camaraderie and the drinking and the hanging out. That's about it. I don't like a whole lot of people that are all drunk and freaking out and hard to control.
It do be that way.
It do be that way sometimes. More often than not.
I'm gonna have to bust out my CPSO koozie I found last Mardi Gras.
Oh, hell yeah.
Logo and all.
Here in Louisiana, the police have their own koozies. Oh! I didn't cut it off. Doesn't count. That was close. That was close, and you guys witnessed it. I didn't even get any hearts or comments for that. I almost chopped my finger off. Lesson number 1, don't ever grab the knife as it falls. All right. Not going to show my wife that one. She says I'm accident prone. I don't see it. I don't see it. All right, so this is what the veggies look like right now. Kind of rough cut. Like I said, I don't really cut them up like too small. Then I don't have any garlic right now, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some roasted garlic dry seasoning on top. So when I cook down my veggies, got a little bit of garlic in there as well. There we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut up our sausage. So sausage is a huge part of this. And here in Louisiana, South Louisiana, I like to use Market Basket. I know there's a lot of different kinds of smoked sausages. Just make sure that you're using a smoked sausage, because what we're going to do at first here is just kind of brown this. And we're going to just kind of cook it down a little bit. We want all that fat, that smoky fat and stuff, to be in the actual oil that we're going to cook with. So, let's see. Oh. Got knifed. Nah, I think it'll be all right. I'm gonna give it the old wrap here. All right. My sugar. Alright, Tim. So I'm just going to use one link of smoked sausage. This is it's a green onion and garlic smoked from Market Basket. I'm going to cut it in kind of, maybe 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch size little wheels there. And what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to put a little bit of canola oil in this pot. Not a whole lot, just kind of enough to help the cooking in my black pot. Yes, it is seasoned, but like I said, we got to make a gravy, so we're going to need a little bit of oil in there. And what we're gonna do here. Cut it into some little discs. I'm real particular about sausage, especially smoked sausage. Market Basket's the only really good smoked sausages that I know around here that I like. And I know people have all kinds of different suggestions of my uncle in this place and Nunu's and this blah 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 and Hebert's and blah blah blah. Number one, I'm not going to try any of them because I'm pretty stubborn. Number two, I like Market Basket. Don't hate. So what we're going to do first is, before I get this sausage browning in the pot, what I'm going to do is season up my chicken first. My plan is we're going to get this sausage kind of browned down, and then we're going to remove it. Then we're going to brown down the chicken itself. Show you how big my pieces are. That's my little sausage pieces. Not huge, however big you like. I want it to cover a little bit more surface area, and I want that fat to get out of there when I start browning it down. So, let's season our chicken. So we are making a rice and gravy. So my protein, I do want to season heavily, because a lot of it's going to go into making the gravy itself. And I want that seasoning and that fat and everything at the bottom to just kind of char up, give me some of that good flavor. So pretty basic on the seasonings. Hit it with some salt. A little bit of black pepper. A little bit of my Tony's, whatever Cajun seasoning you want to use. I like Tony's. I've tried a lot of them. I like Tony's the best. To me, it makes the whole meal taste better than a lot of other ones. Like I said, we're going to season it real heavy, because what we're going to end up doing is using a lot of this seasoning to make our gravy. Put a little bit of paprika. Cover this side with paprika. Give me some nice darkness on the bottom here. Take out the little moisture thing there. Gonna flip my chicken over. Do the same thing to this side. Yes, I did get Tony's in my cut. Hello. We are making a chicken and sausage, rice and gravy today. So we're going to season our other side of our chicken. Same way, salt. Kind of heavy on everything, like I said, and I'm going to show you why here in a few minutes. A little bit of black pepper. So how's everyone doing today? Tell me about your days. My Tony's Cajun seasoning, again. Cover heavily. And paprika. All right. Gonna set this off to the side, kind of let it marinate or sit for a little while. Good. Nice to hear that, Carmen. Where are you watching from? All right. So what we're gonna do, got a little bit of canola oil in the bottom of there, and I'm gonna put my pan on my double burner, probably like a 2 or 3, so low to medium heat. And we're gonna start browning our sausage. Once the sausage gets really brown, all that fat kind of renders to the bottom of the pot. I'm gonna take the sausage out and put it off to the side. Then I'm gonna do the same thing with my chicken before I start adding my veggies. But we got one more step for the chicken. I'm gonna show you right before I put it in. Because if you wanna make a gravy, we're gonna have to thicken this up somehow. So I'll show you how I do that. And this was the part that I struggled with the most, trying to figure out how to cook, was getting my gravy nice and thick. A lot of it's gonna have to do with time. You just gotta make time to cook. You can't just like speed, like cook something really well. But I have developed a little bit of a little trick secret there that I'm gonna show you guys. I've got to have garlic to a chicken. A little bit of garlic on one side there. Oh. Got my pan heating up. Who else is day drinking? I swear to God, I have a career and a job and stuff. I'm just on vacation. Pot's heating up still. I really love my black pot. As soon as I got a black pot, I feel like it really upped my food game, for sure. For sure. If you're still watching, please do me a favor, subscribe, like. It helps me. Help me help you guys. Teach you things. And yes, on my channel I do whatever I want. Sometimes I play guitar and show you guitar stuff. Sometimes I cook. One day I may just face the camera to myself on the couch and let you watch me watch TV. I don't know. It's all very possible and confusing. It's a crazy world out there. Maybe that should be my catchphrase. It's a crazy world out there. Bottoms up. Give me a big boy, John.
Yeah.
As always, I have my cooking sidekick, John Klausner.
Much logo away.
Gonna switch to a different beer here. Pan's getting a little warm. So we're gonna get ready to add the sausage in. It's gonna get real great real fast.
Real fast.
So I have stopped bleeding, I think, for the moment. I did almost cut my finger off, but it's fine. I said if I cut it off, then everyone gets $3. Didn't cut it off. So I can see my oil kind of dancing around a little bit, just kind of moving on its own. So I'm gonna start adding in my smoked sausage. And we don't really want to necessarily cook this all the way. What we're looking to do is just kind of sweat some of that fat out and some of the flavor from the smoked sausage out. Kind of get us a nice little fat layer on the bottom. Because if you want your food to taste good, you have to use fat. I'm sorry, world. That's how it works. Crystal. And while that cooks down, I'm gonna get me a plate to put all this meat on. As I take it out. Oh, look. There's paper plates. Shoot yeah. Shoot yeah. Just kind of low and slow with the sausage. Like I said, the main point is to get that smoked flavor and some grease in the bottom of the pan. And what I'm going to do right now is get out a little bit of flour. And this is kind of like one of my little secrets I use for my meat. Whether it's beef, whether it's chicken, whether it's whatever. Whenever you cook it on the pot, you're going to have a little bit of a gravy. you want to put a little covering of flour over your protein. So what's going to happen is the flour is going to burn and get on the bottom. It's going to soak up all these nice sausage juices, all this really nice flavor that we're adding in there already. And that's going to be a nice base for our gravy. So here's what I did with that. Just kind of light dusting. Doesn't have to be super thick. And I'm going to place that down first here in a few moments. But we're still doing our sausage, so we're not there yet. And sausage alone just smells good. Like I said, we're using a green onion and garlic for a market basket. Best smoked sausage, I think. Tongs for later. Tongs. Oh, I guess I can get out some more little secrets here. So I don't know if you remember from last time, but I grow peppers and my dad grows peppers and we love hot stuff. I'll get it. So we're gonna add a lemon drop pepper. I never said I grow that. I never said I grow that. I do have a green thumb though. So I have a lemon drop pepper. I'm just gonna cut the tip of it off. Just open it up like this because it's gonna sit. Put that in my veggies. And we're gonna pick out a nice large Tabasco pepper. We get a couple thousand of these. So a year. So if you ever want any peppers and you're serious about it, comment on one of my posted videos and I can absolutely send you peppers with viable seeds. Because I think each one of my dad's Tabasco plants makes about somewhere close to 4,000 to 5,000 a season. And he's got 3 or 4 plants. So we definitely have large amounts of Tabascos.
Like a baby carrot.
It does look like a baby carrot. Yeah. Hey, look. So, if for some reason right now it does not save my chats, go to one of my posted videos or one of my reels, comment that you want some peppers, and I'll get with you and we can email each other back and forth, and I can get you some peppers. All right, let me show you this here now. This is my sausage. It's getting nice and brown. I don't want to like cook it too hard. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking that out and putting it on my plate for the side before I start browning my chicken down.
That's so cool, bro. I'm excited to try and grow some peppers.
Hell yeah. The seeds are usually very good. We have heirloom plants at this point, so seeds should absolutely cultivate. All right, got my sausage out. Now, in that same sausage fat, I'm gonna start laying down some of this chicken, brown some of that. My pan should be nice and hot. Flour side down first. Flour on this one. All right. The flour side down first. What I'm going to do now, oh, down one more piece. Like this right here, the side that doesn't have any flour, I'm going to go ahead and add some to the top. So the next time I flip it, got quite a bit of flour in that oil on the bottom. It's going to start finding with that smoked sausage flavor and the seasoning that I heavily seasoned with. And it's going to start making a nice gravy. Real nice. Real nice. Hey, I got all kinds. How hot do you like your peppers? Because I have access to some real hot peppers. I have I think we have 2 scorpion plants now. So they're like extreme heat. Better than that, we have Cajun bell peppers, Tabascos, lemon drops, habaneros, a lot of the same normal stuff. But usually the Tabascos that we grow are so hot, one in an entire dish is totally fine, and that's plenty for spice. So here's what we look like right now. Still kind of letting that one side cook down. So what you're going to start to smell is a kind of a burnt smell, burnt seasoning. And as that flour comes off and it's cooking in that oil on the bottom, it's going to start turning like a dark brown, even to a blackish color. Don't freak out. That stuff is what we're going to use to make our gravy. It's going to be a dark brown gravy, but it's going to help us make our nice gravy that we're going to have. And if you see stuff stuck to the bottom, that's good. It's called the gratin. That's the stuff that makes your gravy. And when we put our veggies in, and only then are we going to start to scrape that off the bottom and kind of cook our veggies with it. So I just did a little flip. Looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. Very nice. I have a chair. I have a chair.
I just noticed you got tattoos for some reason.
I have a chair. I have a chair. Also, while I cook, I like to make the biggest mess possible.
Got to.
It's a sign of a decent meal. So we're still kind of browning our chicken down, getting those gratons on the bottom. A little bit of burnt flour and seasoning. That's going to be the concentrate for our gravy. I think this whole meal costs $20. And it's going to, we'll at least eat on it for a couple days.
$20 is your
I think it was 26 bucks with beer. Got some water ready for when I need it here in a little bit. But I'm gonna get my chicken stock ready too. God damn!
Damn.
Does anyone else watch Balin out loud? I think it's hilarious. I don't think it's funny that she has Tourette's, but I think it's just hilarious, some of the stuff she says. In fact, tag her in this. Tag her in this. I want her to come on the show. We're gonna have her on the show. I like to misplace my tongs. It's still kind of flipping. We're flipping on fofos. Chipping on fofos. All right, so we got our sausage off to the side. The sausage from earlier. Still browning the chicken, but I want to have this ready because here, after it's browned down a little bit, and I have a lot of stuff stuck to the bottom, some brownish, blackish seasoning and flour and everything, that's when I'm going to take this out and we're going to put our veggies in. And that's going to kind of deglaze the whole pan. That's going to be the basis for our gravy. It's kind of like making a roux, just not as deliberate, I guess. Watching fofos. Gonna bump the heat up a little bit. And so our meat won't go back in quite until I start making a gravy at least. So after my veggies are all completely done. Let me clean this out so I can show you the bottom. It's okay if some meat sticks to the bottom. Like I said, it's called the gratin. The gratin. I'm going to show it to you here in a second. So here's what my bottom looks like right now. A lot of flour, a lot of seasoning kind of stuck to the bottom. It's smoking a whole lot. Kind of hurts to breathe a little bit. And now what we're going to do is add our veggies. It's going to start to deglaze that pan, that pot really well. And our veggies are celery, onion, bell pepper, a little bit of garlic, some Tabasco, and some lemon drop peppers. And I'm going to cook this down for quite a few minutes. So I didn't do any prep before this, so if you've been watching the whole time, I think we're at like, what, 38 minutes? You know, that's all. That's all I've taken to cut up and do all this so far. And here in a little bit, there's going to be a point in time where all I'm going to let it do is just simmer for hours and just make sweet love to it on the pot, on the stove. Start stirring it up. Still got some burnt stuff on the bottom. I'm going to start to really hit it with some more liquid here in a few minutes to deglaze it. And you'll see some of that stuff come up and it's going to get real thick. No one told me the cat was up here. Could nobody see the cat? I did kind of bump my heat up a little bit. I think we're on like a 4 on the double burner. If the fumes make you cough, you know it's gonna be real good. Still cooking all these vegetables down. It's kind of changed a little bit of color. Getting kind of translucent, kind of that brownish, darkish color that's on the bottom. Keep moving it around. See, I got some gratons that are stuck. Gotta get them back in the pot. Still have stuff stuck to the bottom. Not dealing with that just yet. Some of it's coming up, but here in a few moments when I start putting some liquid in there, it's going to really start to come up. And we'll kind of start to fluidize everything. Go for it. Still making love to the vegetables.
I put that vest on and she was like, thank you.
So nice and serene when you're just cooking and drinking. It smells great. What could be better?
None.
Oh, if we had a pool. Uh-oh. We're cleaning it now. So we're going to start to see our vegetables kind of dull in color a little bit. Just kind of get a little more brown, dark. Some of the onions are see-through, not quite as vibrant anymore. We just really want them to soften it. Process. Again, no one has answered me. What do you like to drink while you cook? All right, this is what we're working with now. What we're pan. I like to deglaze with a chicken stock. I'm going to use this whole thing, but not quite all at first. Just going to put a little bit on the bottom. Just a little bit at first. Let it start to break up all that stuff on the bottom. Start scraping it up. Sometimes when you first add liquid, it's going to be really dark. Don't freak out, like I said earlier. You can get real light, real tick, tick, tick. Tick, tick, tick. So start using that liquid and heat to kind of get that stuff up off the bottom. You're all a very lively bunch today. Show how dark this is. It's pretty dark for a chicken gravy for sure. But the more we add, it's gonna kind of lighten up. Add a little more. The more liquid you add, after a few moments, all that stuff off the bottom should be getting close to being totally off by now. I don't feel a whole lot more. I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of this. Just normal chicken stock, unsalted. Still got my heat at the same level. And once we have that in,
She's trying.
oh, Skeletor, Skeletor. Y'all forgot about that chicken and sausage, didn't you? Hell yeah, you did. I'm going to start to add that back. Chicken back in there. I can hear the cat purring. Get all that sausage back in here. Oh, Skeletor, Skeletor. This is what we look like at the moment. That's just with the chicken stock. So what I'm going to do now is just add a little bit of water off to the side, just to kind of make sure everything's covered and that there's enough water to simmer. So this is what we look like right now. We're all covered. And now we're going to hit it with some Mexican oregano on top.
You were here in the last video.
Mexican oregano. A little bit of that basil. Just a little bit.
Nice of you.
Some more Tonys. And what we're going to do with that is we're going to stir it up one time. We're going to put this baby on low on one burner. And we're going to let it sit for hours and then make our rice. Thank you.